Of all the forms of pollution which plague our environment today, plain, ordinary, discarded rubbish and travel trash are the most obvious and repulsive. It is also pollution for which we as individuals hold complete responsibility. We are both the culprit and the victim. The cost is heavy. Not only do we spoil the visual enjoyment of our world, but the job of picking up after ourselves costs millions of dollars each year. A growing civic pride and environmental concern has prompted many groups across the country to clean up playgrounds, streams, vacant lots, and streets. But perhaps the most extensively organized effort to show that citizens do care was Green Up Day in Vermont, April 18th, 1970, when over 100,000 people working together cleaned an entire state. It is now an annual event. Let's see how this project became successful. Population 1,800. Here, Ernest Norman was in charge of the Green Up Day operation. He is a truck driver who still finds the time to spend many hours on community projects.
Green Up Day was, the idea of it come up last year, and it's a day where all citizens get together and try to police or pick up the countryside of winter trash. This is the only time, or the first time, any state has ever taken this on a statewide project to do all the roads in the state in one day. From 9 in the morning till 4 in the afternoon, all traffic will be stopped on all main highways coming into the state of Vermont. They'll be stopped either by state police or sheriff's department.
We ask you to drive carefully, watch out for volunteer workers and children on the side of the road. 91 is temporarily closed for about an hour.
We're not going to go on 91.
Thank you very much.
Thank you.
This was designed for highways. The interstate highway system will be closed down from 9 in the morning till noon. The majority of that will be picked up by Windham College students. I believe they figure 300 students could pick up, I think it's 27 miles of road in about an hour. This is on Interstate 91. The major traveled roads in town we'll tackle if we have time. We would like to do every road in town, but we have 25 miles of road lined up. 4 children, 2 on each side of the road, and a grown-up acting as traffic control or supervisor or flagman to warn the approaching traffic and also help warn the children of the dangers, can police a mile of road in less than 2 hours. I'll have a nurse at the center school that will be on duty at all times.
FM 300, confirm.
Communications, which is an important thing. I have the Fall Mountain Regional Civilian Defense Communications Service, and I have a radio which belongs to the state and is loaned to the town of Westminster, and I will use this for state communications to report our progress to state headquarters. I have to keep track of the number of people and the number of loads and the number of mileage that is covered. One company I know of is Union Carbide. They have a plant in St. Albans, Vermont. I believe they donated something like 80,000 plastic bags to the state of Vermont. And the St. Regis paper has donated thousands of paper bags, like a shopping bag, to the state of Vermont.
Oh, okay. I'll round up a load for you.
You ready to go to work, Jim?
So now we're all, we got to
Yeah.
be assigned.
Your radio man's out there, I guess.
We do? We all go back in the bus?
In our area, there were almost more than we needed. We've got the whole of the west finished this morning. Everybody's very excited about it. Although towards the end of the morning, we got kind of tired. There's a certain sense of competition. We want to have more bags of trash picked up than anybody else, at the same time doing a good job. So we've tended to go a little bit off the road.
I've seen kids this morning 40, 50 feet out in the woods.
Yeah.
Down over banks, in around the culverts.
maybe a quarter of a mile that we covered on either side of the road, produced enough beer bottles, whiskey bottles, cigarettes, paper, boxes, lunches, to absolutely fill up a pickup.
Just unbelievable. Everything from toilets to just, you know, gum wrappers, beer cans predominantly. Just, you wouldn't believe the number of beer cans.
Mostly beer bottles and cans.
I saw about maybe half a ton of garbage picked up, and I'd say half of that was beer. At least half of that was beer bottles and beer cans.
And some of these back roads we did this morning, I don't know if they've ever been picked up.
I hope now we clean it up, they don't throw any more out here either.
The highways look better.
It's nice to look at after you've finished.
I feel that anyone that participated in any way today in picking up even a little bit of litter or debris in front of their property or along the road would think twice before they even threw away a cigarette butt or discarded a beer can.
Once you've worked to achieve something, you don't particularly want to destruct what you've constructed. Vermont's a pretty state anyway. The roads look neater, that's for sure.
I believe it will help remind everybody that what trash and litter is, because there'll be a tremendous amount of it picked up, and a lot of people involved in picking it up certainly won't be throwing it out right away anyway. Winter trash or litter, or whatever you want to call it, the state alone spends around $200,000 a year picking up winter trash. But you add what the state saves, the $200,000, and they figure about another $300,000 it would save all the towns. I think there's something like 256 towns in the state, and they figure that this one day's work might represent close to $500,000 being volunteered. And it's blight that's on the countryside that we would like to help remove.
Green Up Day proves that if enough people care, tremendous things can be accomplished. The state was clean, to be enjoyed by those who live here and those who come to visit. But the story doesn't end here. When the snows melt again, what will we find? Is man by nature a litterer? Do you think that our pride will lead us to a cleaner environment? What is being done on your street, in your town, in your state? And finally, what are you going to do to help?